Hey guys, it's Joy here and welcome to another Mask Monday. Today's topic is going to be self-care and mental health for Black girls. Surprisingly or not surprisingly, just a lot of requests have been pouring in lately and I could see why. Just like so much is happening in the world. Like in the news, you're hearing about all these Black women who are getting targeted for sex trafficking. Summer Walker ended her tour just in the name of preserving her energy and protecting herself, and that received tons of backlash, which I am so disappointed in the Black community for. We'll talk more about that later. And just life in general, like for me personally, if you've seen, I haven't posted to my main channel in 4 weeks, and that's just because I need to practice you know, get recharging. Like posting all the time takes a lot of energy out of you, especially if you don't have a team, don't have a production company, and it's just you as a creator. So self-care when you are a creator is so important. So we're gonna talk about all these things in the video. That was just like a little snippet. So let's get into prepping my hair for this deep condition. So if you're new to my channel, this is just one of the series I have, and I post Mask Mondays, I post hair videos, and I post personal branding and career advice videos. So if any of those things interest you, my crazy hair interests you, then make sure you go subscribe and turn on that notification bell. So today's mask, I'm going to be using the Pattern Beauty Intensive Conditioner for tight textures, and this one, it says you can leave the conditioner on for 10 minutes as a repair treatment mask to help restore and revitalize your curls. So I'm going to be applying that, and then I also have a face mask in case the conversation goes over, and this is the Naturally Serious Hydro Plumping Mask, and this one you leave on for 10 minutes. So we'll do that towards the once my hair mask is in. So I do not do my masks on washed hair just because I like to do the videos. I don't like to hop in and out of the shower and all that stuff. So I do wet my hair, put on the mask, and then I go do my wash day. And that's how we do our Mask Mondays. So first let me wet my hair and then we can start talking so I don't have to talk over this spray bottle. Okay, so my hair is wet, damp. So let's section it off into 4. And then, yeah. So let's start with Summer Walker, because I feel like she's like, you know, an inspiration to Black girls, like a great example of how you have to protect your energy, even if you might have already committed to something. In this case, her tour. For those of you guys who aren't familiar with Summer Walker, she's an R&B singer. She came out and her album got like the most streams of any R&B female artist in the past 10 years. And she's really cool, but she is a introvert and she does openly talk about having social anxiety. And apparently people did not believe that she actually had social anxiety, because like they were like, oh, she's such a bad performer, obviously she's in front of a bunch of strangers and she has social anxiety. And then during her Tiny Desk concert, like she, you know, she doesn't have that much emotion or doesn't seem that excited to be there, but she just talks about how she's nervous and she doesn't but she was happy to be there. So that's just like some background on Summer Walker. So recently, she is currently on tour and she canceled a large amount of her tour stops, her tour cities, because she said that she couldn't handle it. She couldn't handle being in front of strangers. She couldn't handle the energy that she was getting from the meet and greets and stuff like that. So, and the backlash was crazy. People were like, then why would you even pick this career? Like, why would you even go on tour in the first place? And honestly, she's a human being. She definitely enjoys her music, and people probably were saying, hey girl, like if you want this record deal you gotta go on tour. Like, you don't know what went on behind the scenes for her to even make the decision that she was confident enough and comfortable enough to go on tour. So, and she even named the tour First and Last, so she already knew that like if she made it through this one there wasn't gonna be another one. So another part of the backlash was she would post videos of her and her boyfriend acting silly, acting goofy, like her twerking and stuff, and people were commenting, oh, so you're not shy anymore, or like you can do all this but you can't put on a good performance. Like, what? One, she is with her boyfriend, and that has nothing to do with social anxiety. So I just wasn't appreciative of people who are ignorant, people who, you know, were always saying, oh, self-care, like we need more like mental health care in the Black community, and then when somebody, a celebrity, finally does it, like people weren't about it. So this is the mask. It's very thick. It smells very fresh. So I'm gonna apply it. So yeah, that's what happened with Summer Walker. So I you know, I hope that she can, you know, brush off the haters per usual. I wouldn't be surprised if she left social media entirely, just because people are being so mean in her comments and forgetting that she's a human, and just being really ignorant when it comes to discussions about, you know, how she's openly expressed and been real with us about why she's making the decisions that she's made. Like, I don't think anyone just like, you know, it's a hard decision to cancel a tour. So with that said, let's talk about me and self-care, and mental health. So college is a time that tests you. If you went to college, or if you are a current college student, or you're about to go to college, just know that it's a time that tests you, because you have so many different responsibilities. You're transitioning into like adulting. You have to go to class, you have to remember to cook or eat. Like, there's so many different things that go on in college that can put you on a roller coaster of emotions. Not to mention, when you are a Black woman, you already have things that come with that. Like, you know, if you go to a white school, then you're like navigating being one of the only few. And like, place for me, like when I'm just like, I make sure I go to our Black Cultural Center like a couple times a week, just so I can make sure I'm interacting with my own people. And that's like that's just a form of like self-care in itself, like making sure that I'm around people that I can relate to, people I can talk to, and understand like the same struggles as me. So that's just one thing that like I make sure I incorporate into my week. And you know, little things like that, like putting yourself in situations where you know you can thrive and be happy, is a big part of you know, caring for your mental health. USC in particular literally has a lot of work to do on that front. Sophomore year, I tried to talk to a therapist and get a referral, and literally you like talk to someone on the phone and they refer you to places all over Los Angeles. There were no resources at the university. They didn't have enough people on staff, and it was horrible. So they've tried to improve in the past couple of years, but there have been a lot of instances of students taking their lives. Recently, this like school year alone, I think 9 students have passed away, not all through suicide, but a few were. So it's really sad, and USC said that they're putting more counselors and therapists on staff. But I'm like, why did it take you guys this long to like believe that students are really stressed out and like need time? And like I was reading something, and like a professor had said that like they couldn't like adjust like a exam date or an assignment date because that would like enable slackers. And then the response to that was, well, if it enables 100 slackers but saves one student's life, isn't it worth it? And I agree with that. Like if I was a professor and a student came up to me and said they were struggling like with mental health, or they were just stressed out and needed more time, why would you say no? Like that student literally opened up to you, and as a professor, you went to college, you know how stressful it is. And maybe in their time, like that wasn't a valid excuse, but I think that, you know, with everything happening in the world, like, you know, there's so many different things happening in the world that people don't, it's hard to process everything. And, you know, people are gonna process things differently, especially if you're not openly talking to about it with social media. You know, people are thinking that everyone has a perfect life when you might be struggling yourself. And it's hard to get out of the comparison mode and thinking that everyone is having a great time but you. For a long time, I would get upset if I saw people who I thought I was acquaintances or friends with on social media hanging out, and I'd be like, well, why didn't they invite me? Like, I thought we were like, you know, starting a friendship. I thought we were cool. And honestly, I have to stop doing that, because I'm like, the people who want to hang out with me and be my friend will, you know, they'll show up. This might not be my season to have like, oh, a ton of friends or people around me, but the people who are quality, I'm definitely gonna keep around and make sure that when I am feeling social, I, you know, reach out to them and focus on the people who wanted to be around me, if that makes sense. And I've talked about this in a video before, but my biggest like struggle in college is like making friends. And I think it's because I compare it to high school, when you're like, oh, I have like a whole squad of friends, etc., etc. And then in college, I really focused on finding quality people. And then I've just like not been as social, like especially like this year, I don't have class every day, so I'm not on campus every day, so I'm not like interacting with people as much. But like I found a girl who is also working on like her own business. She's interested in a couple of the same things I'm interested in, and we just had lunch the other day and we worked on our businesses together. And I was like, these are the type of people I run around me. Like, I don't have to have a ton of friends, I just want people who are, you know, quality, who are interested in some of the same things I am, that aren't toxic, aren't into drama. And you know, that's hard to find, so no wonder I haven't found like a solid you know, made new friends, as many new friends as I'd like. Like freshman year, I'd say, was the only year that I made like a good group of friends, and we're still friends now. But you know, everyone's busy, not everyone can hang out at the same time. People travel, people are getting their lives together. Like, we graduate in May, like people are stressed out, and there's a lot that you have to do to like make sure you are keeping yourself balanced and keeping your energy. So one of the biggest things that I practice is knowing when to say no, and not feeling like you're obligated to anyone except, you know, like if you're religious, like, or if you believe in God, like that's the only person you should feel like obligated to 24/7. But you have to learn when to say no. So like, if you know you've had a really busy week and then your friend is like, hey, like come to this party with me, and you just want to sit at home, say like, no, I really want a chill day. If you want to come chill with me and watch Disney Plus, then come through. But if not, then I'll catch you at the next one. I think that's really important to learn when to do it. Also, if you committed to something at the beginning of the semester and it's coming up this next week, and next week is your finals or something, and you just can't do it, like, being really respectful, but just saying like, hey, like when I committed to this, I thought I would have more free time, but I don't have time for this. And not everything even needs an explanation. Like, you can just say, hey, I'm no longer able to do this, you know. And I think that's what I see with a lot of students, that they're overcommitting themselves to other people instead of working on themselves. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. So one thing that I found really helps my mood if I'm like down is like doing some type of fitness activity. And honestly, I haven't been consistent with my workout regimen. So if I like am feeling upset or something, I'll go work out and I'll feel way better. So I'm like, I need to consistently have fitness and movement in my routine. So I've been using the Nike training app, and it has like really short workout options, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and I like to do those like before I go to bed. And they've really been cool. Like, I feel better physically and mentally. So I think make sure you're working on both things, your physical and your mental, because your brain is a part of your body. So, you know, both parts can really help you have a better mood. Another big thing is practicing gratitude, especially in this age of like social media and Instagram, and you're seeing people have things and get opportunities, or, you know, if you're in college, people are getting jobs early or stuff like that. And it can be really hard to see if, you know, not everyone is on the same path, which is really important to remind yourself. And you want to make sure that you are making sure you practice gratitude for the things that you do have, and gratitude for the things that are going to come to you in the future, and making sure, you know, are attracting those things, and trying really hard not to be negative 24/7, taking maybe like 5 to 10 minutes out of the day to be like, hey, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for these people in my life. And it'll make you feel better, because it'll put things into perspective and say, hey, like, today might not have been the best day, but I have a lot of things to be grateful for. So the next topic I want to talk about is like checking in on friends and your family, because I can personally say that my mom and dad are the only people in my family who consistently are like, hey, like, what's up, that I talk on the phone with frequently. Like, I try to check in on like extended family, like cousins and stuff, but I'm like, it has to be a two-way street. You know, it can be frustrating if you haven't heard from certain family members and you're at college or you're at school and you're like, dang, and then like, you know, you only see them every once in a while. So I have a really good relationship with my family. I can't speak for everyone's family situation, but really leaning in on your family. If you have siblings, checking in on them, and just like your friends. So like for me, I feel like not that many people check in on me, because I am a social media influencer. So obviously you get to hear a lot from me on the internet, but like, so you don't really focus on like building that relationship in real life, if that makes sense. So one thing I started doing is just randomly FaceTiming my friends, and just saying like, hey, what's up? How have you been? Like, what's new? And it's really like, it makes me feel better because I'm like talking to my friends, and then I hope it makes them feel better that like I'm checking in on them and seeing what's up. But you never know, just that small check-in can change someone's, you know, whole day, change their perspective. So make sure you're being a good friend to your friends. Okay, so the whole conditioner is applied. This is how much hair is out from just finger detangling. And I'm gonna go rinse my hand, and then we can do the face mask and wrap up this video. Okay, so I'm back. Let's do this face mask. This is what it looks like inside. Whoop, whoop. So basically, I'm just gonna do this like this. So basically, I hope that you guys took something away from this video in regards to, you know, that everyone is dealing with some sort of, you know, emotional problem. It's okay to be sad. I feel like as Black women, you know, Solange always talks about how like she needs to be allowed to be mad. She never feels like she's allowed to be mad as a Black woman. So allow yourself to feel different emotions. Take time to recharge. Like I was saying, I took about a month off. This is the first upload in about a month to just recharge, realign. Especially as a creator, I want to talk a little bit about for my creators out there. Like, it's hard out here, and time and time again, we have to remind ourselves that our job isn't really meant to be done alone. Like TV shows, production, all that stuff, makeup, like celebrities have whole teams for this. So remember that you are a one person, and always ask for help. Don't be afraid to spend money to get help. I personally work with an editor sometimes when I don't have the bandwidth to get videos done. So, you know, don't be afraid to get help. And also, as far as like protecting your energy, like, please, influencers, please stop doing work for free. Like, that's just a mental health, like, no right in your face. Like, stop doing free work. There's so many brands that'll be like, oh, we don't have a budget, or they'll be like, we only have this much, and I'll be like, that's cool, I'll talk to you later, and then they come back with thousands more. So stop doing free work, saying no. That goes back to saying no. My motto for 2019 was no free work 2019, and once I did that, I started attracting way more brands that have budgets. I started attracting way more money to my bank account. There was a buffer period, like, where I was saying no to a lot of brands, and then I was like, I ain't got no money now. But the buffer period, you know, I got over the hump, and a lot of positive things started happening once I started putting into the universe what I actually wanted, and literally saying no to those things that I said I didn't want. Like, once you start saying no to things you actually don't want, and stop saying yes because you like, oh, it's a good opportunity, like, or I just want to, you know, get my foot in the door. Like, exposure don't pay no bills. Exposure doesn't, you already are exposed. Like, if the brand found you, you are exposed. Like, people know who you are. People have been watching you. Like, just, you know, be confident in your worth. Be confident in your self-worth. Know that as a Black woman, you are the most valuable and cherished thing on this earth, to me and to others. And I'm here for you. I'm here for all of you guys. So feel free to leave a comment down below on what you're doing to improve your self-care or mental health journey. Share your story in the comments so we can all see that we're all human. We all go through things. That's what I really just wanted you guys to get out this video. This was a long Mask Monday, but I actually had a good amount of things to talk about. So let me know what other topics you want me to cover during my next Mask Monday. And I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye. P.S. Make sure you go to my vlog channel and subscribe if you like vlogs. I posted a vlog that was 7 cities in 3 months. It's of me traveling, of me living my life, me with my boyfriend, me starting my internship at Google last summer. There's tons of footage that I just got into one vlog, so make sure you watch that and support my vlog channel. So bye.